Live.
For real this time?
We should be really
Honestly,
The first thing you say.
I'm hitting F5.
Yes,
best
I see it. I see it.
Yeah, we
Oh,
are live.
yes.
awesome.
Yes,
Finally made it out of
finally.
hell.
we are live.
Everyone must be so confused. Yeah, technical difficulties. That's short story. Right.
Pretty much.
Alright, so let's just add this link. Someone may,
Learning on
news.
Yes. No, Gito says.
Hold on.
Gito, please be no.
No.
Please be no.
Hey, hello, Gito. What's up?
Oh, hello, Snow.
Wait, are you sure we're gonna ping everyone?
Of course.
Why not?
There. Oh. There we go. I feel like everybody's already here. You got the notif.
Of course you can't hear me, Gito. My microphone is so low. But on the other hand, let's put some nice
Yay.
music.
I can see it.
I can see it.
Ah,
The amount of time release will be in here is like. So, release, you better shoot out all of your opinions in the next 2 minutes so we can proceed to talk about it in the next 3 hours while you're not there.
indeed, Reno. Alright, we are live. So I welcome you to our meeting, where we shall discuss all the fun stuff. Stay for as long as you like. Speak your mind. Say whatever.
I'm distracted by that stuff, Broth, but let's go with the first topic, I guess.
The first
Which
topic?
is, yeah,
Okay.
it's, prices and funding.
Yeah, that's mostly. Well, I suppose we can start by, like, explaining our situation with prices and why that's a tricky subject at the moment.
Sure, we can start that. Do you want to explain? Go ahead.
Can you? Because my microphone is really low.
Oh. Okay, you said yes, and then I was like, alright. So, for a while now, we've been sponsored by Square Enix, and it was from Game Codes, Collector's Edition, and then went down to shirts. But the problem we had with shirts was that they didn't send it to the individual winners. They sent it to us, and we had to send it to the winners, which we had to do with shipping, and especially since we are getting the shirt shipped to NA, going to EU, the winners of EU is gonna be like cost a lot. So that was really trouble, and it made us like kind of behind on prizes. And then Square Enix decided that they're not gonna support, Nervicia, Nervicia or any like the Cydia NT communities tournaments with prizes. Like I've heard tournaments are going on, but no one's getting any prizes, and so we're kind of on our own. And everybody knows the situation about Pez too, because he was supposed to be our main like sponsor. So we're having like a hard time, basically, like sponsoring prizes for you guys. But we just wanted to know if you would still would play, even though we don't have prizes at the moment. We do plan on maybe in the future on adding prices. So yeah, that's our situation.
Yeah, we currently only live off the Patreon money that we have. And it's not too much, but at this point it's like, is it worth it to ship out shirts when it's like $90 in shipping, or should we then just do cash prices?
Yes, cash prices is probably like the easiest, because it's instant. I can do it. It's very quick. But yeah, if you are Patreon, it does help us a lot. We do have like a few ideas for prizes. I mean, if anybody has like ideas for that, you can also share as well. But that's our reason why you wondered like if there's gonna be prizes. We're gonna try still. It's gonna be a lot hard though, especially right now, since there's a lot of like shifting in like team positions. So that's gonna be a little harder.
Actually, a question regarding that, since I haven't heard anything regarding that. what ideas did you guys have had on the table apart from T-shirts or cash prizes? Was there anything else that you guys had in mind? So at least it's known and maybe can be discarded from future ideas.
Well, we did discuss this in a meeting before. It was mostly me and Release, and then, like, I was actually planning on doing fan art for prizes, and it's a team fan art. Currently, right now, I am drawing like a sample one for Red Capes, and I will show it to the community once I'm finished with the rough sketches to give an idea of how they would look like. And I want to know if it's something people would like as a prize. So, like, if your team wins, you would get a drawing of your team, a fan art of it. And right now, I'm working on, like, just examples to show you guys and see how it is. That's the idea I came with. It's like, it's free. Like, it's not gonna cost you anything. Like, I can just draw it and just give it to them. Like, it's no cost. That's probably, like, the easiest prize that has no, like, money involved. So yeah.
Actually, that sounds good. Okay. I'm just wondering if we can just now try to think about other stuff, like just brainstorm quickly.
Yeah, that's the
I think
part
it
where
goes
we're
a bit
trying to
into
think of.
into the event stuff as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I was about to
that's-
say.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff will probably go down there. That is like, there will be prizes in the sense of points and things you can eventually use those points to or use them at.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mostly like Gito was saying, like solo tournaments. We have some ideas rolling that you might like.
Yeah, the thing is like whenever you have a tournament and then you have a couple of winners, I mean a team that wins the tournament, like, and its players, it's important that you actually give them some kind of recognition.
Yes.
So I don't think it's also like not receiving money only, because I mean, yeah, okay, cool, you get $100 or $50 or whatever, that's nice, but at the same time it doesn't really give you much more than that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe if there would be something that would, like, I don't know, just show up and say, hey, I won a tournament like last 5 times, I'm better than all of you. So like something just symbolizes swag. I mean, it could be that the events stuff can be, I mean, it can help that, but maybe we could do something else. I don't know, maybe like some extra roles, or I don't know. What are differentiating factors on Discord? What can we do on Discord that actually differentiates people?
Yeah, that's where I kind of thought the event stuff could go in, and that we can like use the point system where people can like kind of cash out those points for different swag or badges, like proof that you're doing stuff or you're good at stuff or trying a lot of different stuff. Maybe it's a way to like give recognition to people that are active and want to participate in stuff.
Yeah.
Because as far as I thought, at least, all the event stuff that will go down, every participant will get points for participating, but those ending up at the higher spectrum by the end will get bonus points.
Yeah.
And those points aren't like what the guild used to be. Those, you won't be able to like gamble them or trade them and stuff like that. Like, you will have a set amount of points on your account. And yeah, and we can be creative and figure out some cool ways to be able to use those points.
Actually, maybe a good idea to start with is to see what kind of tournaments do we have in place already. Like, for example, there is a schedule for sure that's coming up or something. But for example, some tournaments are, I wouldn't say less important than others, but some are a little smaller.
Yeah.
And you could say, okay, for smaller tournaments, if you win, you get, I don't know, 100 rep points or something. And as soon as we are done with this season-ish, kind of like, let's say every 2 months there is a season or something like that, the top teams participate in something else. Just like what happened with ESL. I think that was a good idea. Maybe that would be good, because then there is recognition, and then you could just put those matches on stream and be like, okay, so these were the top X teams, or something like that. And these teams earned their place by doing this, and this. Not only winning tournaments, could be like, for example, getting achievements and getting points for it. And then at the end, just reward the people that are like on the top of the list.
Yes. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
server prices are just like they're easy to provide, and that's why events is somewhat like very easy to run, right? So yeah, totally get it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So actually, I think before discussing prizes, which is kind of important for people that are here, maybe we should discuss what comes before that. How could people get prizes, and then think of prizes.
Yeah. Okay. So Gito says
Right.
all the new teams will drop out after 2 tournaments, seeing the same team wins. I think, like for static tournaments, there aren't a lot of things we can do about the same teams like getting at the top. But I suppose the idea is to
Other than
shake
get good.
things up so that everybody has a chance without like having to spread everybody out in free agents team, but rather like the event stuff. We have a lot of ideas that I can probably put up on the screen, actually, some of them, teach them a bit. But we'll have to see. Hang on, I will need to go and get my screen up.
Yeah, but I guess to answer Gito, I guess it really depends, because the objective is not that everyone or the same people keep winning. The objective is that everyone participates. So I guess we'd have to structure it in a way that wouldn't, annoy the crap out of people that are there.
Oh yeah. Let's see now. We can do like this. Just make the screen chat a little bit smaller. Very small though. It might be very small. But here you can see at least we have speed runs that we do plan on getting up with leaderboards and stuff like that, and some timed speed runs here. Certain periods where you will get badges for being the best speedrunner for each individual summon and stuff like that. Will be different speedruns for normal summon gauntlets and hard summon gauntlets. Try and shake some stuff up there. And we also have a couple of challenges, like some monthly events. Cool little event thingy here, like shuffling all the teams, and the tournament is all about accumulating points individually. And then the first to like 10,000 points could win. That sounds like an interesting idea, in my opinion. And also here we have the fight night, but that would have to be... I'm not sure though if we're gonna put like the point system into that, or if we should just use, because we have 2 bots being worked on, as far as I know. And one will deliver...
Yes.
One will deliver event points, and the other will have like a social point system with guild and stuff like that. So the fight night where you can like bet on people in 1v1 matches. Spectators can play.
Oh gosh.
Maybe we can do it like
Someone did make it
2v2s
thrilling.
with tag teams, stuff like that.
Yes, that would be cool.
Could be fun if we can find out a good way to make it work somehow, or to organize it. We'd have to work on that. The main battle.
I mean, just the
Here's
thing
your
is just
kinda-
skill, right?
Your kind of fondue, Gito.
Which one is it? Oh,
The main battle, where it's a 1v1 best of 1 game, single elimination. Everybody gets to pick their main, or one person gets to pick one main, and then that main is locked in, and nobody else can like join with that main. So you'd have to be quick to sign up with your main. But if demand is high enough, we can do like multiple rounds where people will be able to play their main at least. But then again, it's random matches, everything is random. You can be a marksman paired up with an assassin, like it doesn't matter, like balance be damned, like whoever gets to the top gets to the top. It would probably be different every time, because just the the bracket in itself could like screw you over.
didn't Catch mention an idea similar to that I really like about the characters and stuff? I really like that idea.
Might have?
Where basically you. I was thinking of it being in a 3v3, but either way, 3v3. Once a character,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
but the character dies in that fight, no one can use them again.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
And it'll be like a rank
regardless of whether you win or lose.
Yeah.
Exactly. And regardless of
Which
whether
character?
your team wins or loses, if your team dies, that character they're playing as can't be used again.
You mean like a round robin thing?
I don't know how we'd have the tournament, but that would be part of the rules of it. Is
I like that
character dies,
idea.
that can't be used.
Also, hello, I'm here.
Oh, hello, Sigma.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, that's pretty much the ideas we have for now, though. I suppose feedback on which would be most fun could be nice, so that we know what to start out with. Or if you have your own ideas, you can submit them as well, and we'll put them up here. And hopefully just launch it at some point. I think this is an interesting concept. We can do a lot of fun stuff with it.
Yeah, I like the idea of walking out characters to use.
Yeah, no, we can add that in.
Yeah, just imagine your Terra. She dies in the first 10 seconds.
Dude, I'm so
There you
scared. I wish Ace would survive. I know you guys are gonna grab him. You're gonna commit suicide 3 times just to take me off. I'm going to be so mad. But yeah, I like the idea a lot.
Yeah, no, that is one thing Gito was talking a lot about, the connection stuff. That is on the agenda here. Let's see how far we've gone. Yeah, we've actually been jumping a bit back and forth. But yeah, the next thing is actually how do we deal with disconnects, bad connections, and like what's the best way to like deal with teams that have recurring issues or loads of reports on them. We just need to find out what's the fairest way. What is the way people would just say like that makes sense. We accept those terms.
Both sides, yes.
Yes, both sides. Like everybody understands the
Both
situation,
sides.
and also, like it has to be a quick process.
Mhm.
That's also important.
I actually have a suggestion regarding that. So normally, when it comes to P2P connections, it doesn't really matter what your speed is in the end, because you're literally just connecting to other people. Like what really matters is the connection between both of you. In this case, between the 6 people that are in the match plus the spectator. So, so what really matters is the conditions on how those people are connected to the internet. Like for example, if it's, I don't know, stormy outside or something, your connection will be kind of unstable, and that's not really the thing for P2P, which kind of means that you will be unstable. Your speed can be really good when you perform a speed test, but at the end you'll be unstable. That won't work.
Yeah,
so
that's
the best way to...
I was actually thinking a bit about that, because you somehow have to like hook out the individual that causes the problem, or I'm not sure if like 2 people can just have a bad connection between them, so that it's not one or the other's fault. It's like the mix of those 2 doesn't work, so then the whole game. I don't know if that's a thing. In those situations,
I think it is.
Shitty to lay blame on one side.
I think that is, because I've noticed that it's even in random lobbies that, you know, a game will be fine with me playing it, a game will be fine with them playing it, but suddenly when we play together, it's terrible.
Yeah, that's the hard part to deal with.
Yeah, so like...
I have to be right back.
So I think the best suggestion or idea for that is to have everyone in the match, like just put like a lag test match, right? So everyone's in, and then you start like telling people after 10 seconds, okay, now you disconnect, now you get out of the match, now you get out of the match. So you like everyone disconnects one by one, and as soon as one person disconnects, they try to just play around a little bit and see if it improves. Then you can kind of pin the culprit. Maybe that would work.
How? Well, wait.
So, okay,
so... Yeah, can you explain
That
again?
seems like a bit of a long process. Can you explain more on that?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, it may be a long process, but figuring out who's the cause of it.
Yeah,
but
because if we're just connecting one by one, doesn't that mean there's multiple possibilities for who was making the problem?
It could be, yes, but most of the time when in these connections, or like at least like I've seen in ranked, it's usually one person that's lagging, and that person actually like slows down everyone else. So what you can do is have everyone in the game for 10 seconds. They just fool around a little bit, see what happens, and if they actually report lag, you can start saying, okay, now number one disconnects, whoever number one is, and then they try again for another 10 seconds. If that still persists, then you know number one was not the cause. So then you proceed to disconnect number two.
What if they don't
And
disconnect?
You
Like,
can
what if
just
it's just lag? Like, it's everybody is playing, everyone's still there, and it's just lag. How are you supposed to determine that?
I'm not saying disconnect by default. I'm saying that they should close the application, like leave the game.
Oh, okay. So they're supposed to like close the application voluntarily.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, was that? I just came back. Was that like the idea I had the other day with like each?
The idea we were talking about.
Somebody had
Yeah,
an idea about like something about process of elimination. Like you leave the
Yeah.
game. I wasn't sure, but I've heard it something like that idea before. Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, because I
but
was
it
thinking
could be
like,
multiple people though. That's true.
yeah, but that's why I'm
Cannot-
thinking like if we do that, we might have to do it like 2 times just to make sure that one team disconnects the first time and the other.
Then that would take a while.
So, yeah, it
Yeah, I'm
really
still
takes a lot of
figuring
time.
that'll take a long process, and I know people like to get the tourneys out of the way fast.
Does it take as long as providing speed tests and then speculate for about 20 minutes about whose fault it is?
Yeah, that's true.
And the thing is, I mean, I'm reading what Snow is saying right now. You could have the whole team be responsible for the decent connections, but if the team, well, you could practice beforehand, and you could see, okay, yeah, we're lagging together or something like that, yeah, for sure, but then you're not going to show up in the tournament lagging. I mean, I guess that's, like, decent
It just
in the first place.
requires a lot more like preparation work, and we like need all the participants to be available before the tournaments to check out stuff. I don't know. Like I would be fine with it, but I'm just not sure if it's too much work for everyone.
Okay, yes. Wait a second, okay, so what they're saying in the chat is like, okay, there are teams that have connection problems every single time. There are teams that
Don't want to
you know,
name any names.
Oh, but by the way, Miz, you can make the chat and the stream bigger again.
Ah, nice.
So, okay, for that,
Whose dog is that in the background? Would you
Sorry,
mind turning on to push to talk then, Marm?
Yeah, hold on.
okay, it's not a... Okay, so, I just want to say something, and I just want to make something very clear. I'm not saying that we should be blaming individuals. We should not be blaming teams either. We should only be blaming people that actually come into a tournament knowing that they have lag issues. So the thing is the following. So the thing is, people should come to the tournament knowing that they have a stable internet connection. Logging the fact that people have problems or that teams have problems is a way to go. Yes. But you cannot just say, okay, just because your team is laggy, you're not allowed to compete anymore. It could be that they get other teammates that don't lag anymore, but that's up to them to resolve. Now, our problem is to figure out where the cause of the lag is when you start a match. Because you're there already. The people are there. We cannot block people from coming into the tournament unless, of course, it was proven before that they are problematic. It was being done, yes. I don't know.
Yeah, how you just brought up a good point too. He said the people who lag don't think they lag though, and that's what I've seen that. I've seen people who I know lag all the time be like, oh, we don't lag.
Oh, we have no
Connection's
problem.
great.
We're fine.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why you need to prove them wrong.
Yeah, I guess.
But like considering how the system is built up, like if one side lags, the other side should lag as well. So if one side says that we don't lag and the other side says we lag, that I don't know, like I'd assume those who said they don't lag are the ones that are lagging. I'm not sure though.
Hmm.
Sorry, what was that?
I was just reading chat at the moment. See what's going on. For connection problems. Yeah, no. Like we can, like, I'm not sure if, like, banning whole teams, like, there should be individuals inside that team, and if that individual gets changed out or subbed out, it should work out. So, but
Yes.
but it is
Yeah, as long as they actually do that, I
Yes.
do agree that would be better.
So okay, I kind of have a feeling that we should start with a clean slate. Like for the next tournament, don't blame anyone. Like everyone's allowed, everything's fine, and then try to get a simple method or an effective method that actually figures out who is lagging or what is the cause of the lag, and from then on, trying to figure out or note it down. Okay, person X was the cause, team X was the cause. We note it down, and they get a minus point or something. After, I don't know, 3 minus points, they're just not allowed, or the person is just not allowed in. Simple as that.
Okay.
I
So,
mean,
like, we have a tourney, and we're like looking at select teams and seeing which ones are causing issues, and then mark that down. Is that what you're saying?
I'm pretty sure we had a log for these things.
I mean, according to them, there was a log, so I'm not sure.
Marmee? Do you know said log?
Marmee left to deal with her dog. I told her to put. I didn't want her to leave. I just told her to go on push to talk so that the dog wouldn't be in the background, and then that whenever Marmee has to speak, she just has to push a button. I
Yeah,
didn't mean to do that.
yeah, that's true. Or she can just go pet the dogs. I don't know. Yes, but we do have a log somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah, no, I know Marmee because this was before I became an admin, and they made like a log. I remember, but I thought that was never mind.
Well, I think it's a good idea. I know they had it before. I've never seen it because I wasn't a mod till recently, but we should definitely
Oh yeah,
find that again. And
defo. Just a shame she had to leave now. Oh well.
but she's talking in a she's sending a messages to us.
Oh okay.
I guess you can't see that with your
It looks like the log list is in the Google Doc, whatever that is.
okay.
I'm extremely new, so I wouldn't know anything about this.
Okay.
I'm guessing we just
the
haven't.
problem is though, like Holly is saying that some people have had low speed tests before, but we have had games before where both teams have more than good enough speeds. Like it doesn't make sense why it lags. But I suppose
Well, that's just this game.
I'm not sure though if that it might be NAT types if they have conflicting NAT types, because I know if you check on speed tests you don't get the NAT type but you get the ping. If you test on PlayStation you get the NAT type but you don't get the ping. Why can't they just provide it all? Yes, Gino, didn't you see? We just showed the event stuff. We do have plans for like 1v1, 2v2 stuff. It will happen.
What about RNG tourneys like that? One tourney we had, that Assassins Only no, that wasn't it. It was the tourney that paired me with Spickle from the EU server. That was like everybody had random teams. I really liked that because that was a lot of fun, and that like helped me like bridge over the friendship to the EU server. We're gonna have more stuff like that.
Oh, was that just a free agents tournament?
I believe so. It was
Like
just an
everybody
RNG
just random
tourney.
teams?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, we can do those still. But
Yeah, because I really like
just
those
have to
ones.
balance it. Yeah, we just have to balance that out though, because I know some people really like those and some people despise those. So it's like,
I really like. I know I can get that, but I really like playing with people who I haven't played with before. Because like,
oh yeah.
Spickle and I hadn't even played before once before that tourney. We just played together for the first time in the tourney, and we did wonderful. It was amazing.
You know, that's what we hope to get with those tournaments, that we can like just mingle people together. And yeah, it's mostly, it was, I remember when we first thought of it, it was because we wanted people to like make teams and find people to play with. So we wanted to mix people up just to like see if we could find some chemistry somewhere and stuff like that. But there was a point where everybody almost had a team and nobody wanted to play free agent stuff simply because like they wanted to play with their team.
I mean, I like playing with my team too, but I also like playing with everybody else. I'm just like, yeah, we all get along.
Okay, I just have something to say before I type,
Okay,
just
it's really
regarding
loud
the.
music. Hang on, I'll try to turn it down.
Okay. Hey, Coco.
Hello.
Hey, you're kind of quiet.
Yeah, you kind of sound a bit far away, Coco.
Oh, I do. Moment.
Okay, so still regarding the log that the guys are talking about in the chat, I think that starting with a clean slate, my opinion, noted, is a little better because the method that was used to put people on that log is different from the one that we're talking about. If you're just basing yourselves on speed connections, like under 10 Mbps is not necessarily bad for a game that doesn't even require that much connection. I mean, come on. You're not sending 10 megabyte of data per second when you're playing Dissidia. That does not happen.
Oh no.
So,
but I don't know if you have like, say, in one game you have some people from Japan, some people from EU, and some people from NA. Wouldn't that technically require more speeds for each individual for that to go smooth? Or is
not
that
exactly.
Or is it all dependent on ping and that you at least have the minimum download and upload?
Yeah, it's because of latency. I mean, you can combat latency with higher speeds, yeah, for sure. But you can't force everyone to have a good connection. Like someone that, I don't know, plays Dissidia quite often, doesn't lag, and then this kind of thing happens, they do a speed test, and they have like, I don't know, 5 Mbps download just because they're in the middle of the woods. That shouldn't be the cause to rule them out. Then they can never play. I mean, yeah, don't live in the middle of the woods. Well, what can I do? Get better life?
No, but I suppose that's where we kind of wanted to like put in some of the event stuff and like the timed events and stuff, because that's mostly solo and you can do a lot of those offline. So if you do have terrible internet and you absolutely can't play online at all, like I want us to have something to give people that are just like, even if people are just like having a weekend without internet somewhere and they bring their PS4 and they're like, I'm just gonna play a bit of Dissidia, then hey, you can probably smack out a couple of those achievements or whatever.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Just give some kind of offline way for us to reward people for offline stuff as well.
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely.
Oh yeah, no, so I agree with you that unplayable lag
Yeah,
is unfair
I
for
agree.
everyone. No, totally.
No, of course, I'm not disputing that at all either.
Mm.
I'm just saying that the method.
We want to combat that hard, but that's why we're kind of doing the open meeting also, because we want to hear if you have any good suggestions or ways to deal with
Ideas on how to do it best.
Yes, and like we don't want to come up with an idea that's just like too aggressive or too weak. We need to find the balance. And who better to ask than the community itself?
How about a qualifier? How about a qualifier before the
Qualifier?
tournament start? Yeah, let's say on Friday when the sign-up sheet is stopped. People who sign up, the teams have to be in a qualifier. test for the internet before the actual match.
And they could have maybe like a set team they always play against. Like we could get, I don't know, just throw up like, I don't know, me, Marman, Coco, and play against us just to see if how the lag is or something.
By the way,
Yeah.
I better know.
Okay. I think that's a pretty good idea.
But
How long will that take? If you had to do that
That's the
to your
question.
team?
Since it will be
I mean-
a day before the tournament, as
Okay,
long as you
the
need
day
it to
before,
be.
that seems like it's doable. It's not too hectic
Yeah,
for morning for us.
And it wouldn't take too long for the other people. It'd just take long for us. They just need to
That's true.
come
That's
in
true.
and
You have a
play
point.
against us for. So it wouldn't be hard on the people participating. They
And
just need
it
to
can
come in
go
and play for
according
10, 15
to
minutes.
their time too. Like if they said they'll play this time, it's like okay, we'll get 3 of our people to come and test it out for you.
Yeah.
I had a thought on this, but it slipped me.
It slipped you.
Let's see. God damn it, what was my thought? Do you have any thoughts?
Okay, sorry, I'm still distracted with this connection stuff. Can you please repeat what you're asking about?
I only just joined. I'm kind of lost anyway.
Yeah, no,
but
that is a good point Shinoda brings with people in university, college dorms, etc. But I suppose... I suppose it's still like... If your dorm or uni or something does only provide shit internet, then I
That's
suppose...
nothing we can do.
Yeah, it's not really our fault, but then again, it sucks to like exclude those that have to live in those or with that internet kind of, and then want to participate and stuff. I do want to include them as well, but I don't know. It's a tricky subject. It needs to be handled with care and finesse.
That's something that I have to deal with because I live on campus and I have the wired college internet. And sometimes it's great, and other times it's just not.
Right. I remember they do have a Japanese player on their team. I know that, but that doesn't really say anything because that person doesn't play in the team all the time. Like there's always different people, right? So we can't really say what's the problem, who's the problem. Like it's really hard to handle this.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. What I was thinking earlier was that,
Especially if
we
it's
do
a
have,
big
like,
team, yeah.
We do have like a general idea of what players or teams like consistently have cost lags, but then again, I don't think an instant ban is the thing. I think like if somebody gets a lot of reports on them and they finish a tournament or whatever, and it's a consistent thing, then we should at least reach out to those people and say that we have a lot of disputes on you, and we wonder if there's anything you can do to try and...
I think that's more fair, like going to the team and then maybe discuss about how maybe we can fix it instead of just outright ban. I sort of see that
how
kind
people
of
fix the
unfair.
problems.
Yeah, that's I
Yeah.
feel more
Leave them out.
comfortable that way than just say, hey, you're not allowed because your internet. And I'll be like, and they'll be like, whoa. Even if they said that to me, if I was in a team, I would be like that too. I'd have the same reaction. So I feel like that's fair, and that's the only thing we can do is to try to work it out. Like it's so hard, especially it's Dissidia, right? So like, there's a lot of things we can't really control. So that's the most fairest way to basically handle it, I'd say.
But I only think that if we have tournaments with like real prizes, we do need to be very hard on those things.
Yeah.
Yes,
If
if
there are
it's
prizes
if it's
involved, we do
regards-
need to be hard on stuff like
If-
that. But if it's
if
more
it's
just for
involves
fun or stuff like that, then
prize.
try and at least
Yeah.
make it playable.
No, if it's involved prizes and it's a huge tournament, meaning the tournament's gonna last a lot longer, and we need like quick times, then I think that's when we had to like really. That's when it has to be very quick, and we have to be a little bit more serious about it because the tournament that we had, like it was an okay number, so then we were just kind of a little bit more like laid back on it, I guess. But it didn't really have like a prize. So, but if it's like a very serious tournament, I feel like it makes sense if we do that like that.
Yeah, but like reach out to them, say you have a lot of disputes, we'll let you into the tournament, but if there are more disputes, you will like probably beat the team that DQs for it. Right? Because if we take it up with the team individually, we know that people shouldn't know that we reached out, so they can't like just say that the game was laggy because they know that this team is known, or I don't know.
Actually, that's a little strange. I kind of get their point because we kind of know which teams are causing problems right now, right? We know that.
Yeah, we have.
So what we could do right now is like, okay, starting with a clean slate is not a bad idea, but before we do, maybe it's fair to just go to the team and ask, hey guys, so we know that you guys are known for causing this issue and that issue. Can we somehow try to figure out exactly what's happening? I mean, from what I understood, like one of them is in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Blake at the moment, and as far as I know,
Well, he hasn't
played
played with us, but
he played yesterday. He said he PM'd me today. Said he played
Oh.
with Rad at least, and he said that was just fine.
oh, nice. That's good.
So I'm not sure though, but wouldn't that be the same, like an NA player playing with a JP player? Shouldn't that be the same as an NA player playing with a EU player? Like the distance is
Yeah,
much
more or less.
Yeah, distance isn't really the problem.
It's more like your internet provider and whatever. There's a lot of complicated.
Yeah.
There's
the latency,
multiple
basically.
steps that go into this.
Yeah, it's the latency. Yeah.
But yeah, I think the best.
So
I think the only best thing we can do is just try and keep track of who gets the disputes. We already kind of do, so we have a general idea. But we need to reach out to those people and say that you either have to try and fix your internet and we can do some testing, or we might not allow you to join these tournaments.
Ollie, what's happening right now is
It
that
sucks to like leave people out, but if
Yeah,
if
definitely.
one team ruins the fun for everybody else, then I don't see another option, to be fair.
yeah, but the thing is, like, I don't think we're being too lenient. I think it's easier for us to check beforehand, before the tournament starts, if those guys actually have problems, or selected teams. And if they have problems, they don't get into the tournament at all. So you're not actually putting them against legit teams. You're checking beforehand.
Yes.
Yeah.
But did you still have that log?
No.
Oh, Marm is gone again. Oh god. Oh well.
She said, wait.
Holly said it was in the email somewhere. I'll check it later.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna find that, and I think we'll utilize that as well, guys. So
We will.
we just we'll locate it. I'm sure Mommy can find it.
Let's see. Okay, but have we reached any conclusion on this yet? I think we have a somewhat of a conclusion, I assume.
The lag? I already found it.
Oh,
I
you
already
did?
knew what
Oh,
you guys
sweet,
were talking about. I said it's a lag report that's in the Google Doc that's pinned in tournament organizers.
Okay.
I
That
already
hasn't-
knew what it was. And I
I'll
said
double
it
check
in,
that then.
yeah. You can I thought we already found it.
Summarize the conclusion. Yeah. Pretty much what I think we concluded with now was that we do log what players and teams have reported lags on them, so we can try and get the pattern out of it. We already have to some extent, but again, if somebody shows a pattern of doing or being laggy or causing a lot of rollbacks during tournaments, then we'll reach out to those people, say that there is, or they are suspected in like being the source of the lags, and then say that we can try and help them test out to see if they do lag or not. And if they turn out to be consistently laggy, we have to like probably keep them out of tournaments, or at least the priced tournaments, because we do want those to go smooth. I think that's the short version. I'm not sure if I left something out.
No, that should be it.
But then again, if we hand out a warning to a team and they join a tournament, first match they play is extremely laggy, then it will be an instant DQ, and we will assume they are causing it. So I'm not sure. Is that fair?
I
That seems
feel
fair.
like it's fair. Yeah.
I don't think 20 people in one lobby cause lag.
I'm not sure
Because-
if it does. I've been in lobbies
think
with
it does,
yeah.
tons of people, and I've had smooth matches, and then gone into a different match with other people and had laggy matches. I'm pretty sure only the people in the same match is like causing the stuff. Individuals instead of teams.
Yeah, so the thing is-
yeah, like Shinobu says, like, I don't want to like exclude 15 people. Because
Yeah, that's what we were
trying.
trying. That's what we were trying to get. We didn't want to like say, "Oh, 15 of you, since you're in the same team, we don't want you to participate." No, like we were just saying that we would have to, if you get like reported, we would talk to you first and see if there's any way to work out. And if you feel like that, if we can just make NA participate in a tournament just to help us out, that would like help a lot. Like we were trying to prevent doing that, to exclude that many people just because of that. We just wanted to talk to you first, or the team, and see what works. That's what we were trying to say. So yeah, of course.
Or just try and figure out, at least if you have 15 members, then I assume there is at least 3 of those that you can fit into a match. That shouldn't cause too much
I will
trouble.
actually have good connection.
Yeah. Because in that case, that would be fine. But those that do those that do have a bad connection or low internet speeds that cause lags, it's really not fair for the other players trying to like play good matches, good balanced matches and stuff like that. Kind of ruins the competitiveness of it all if everybody just ends up frustrated with connections and rollbacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh yeah, people go on tilt, so, and that a team doesn't play like they should play when they're on tilt. Alright, let's see. Okay, do we want to discuss this topic more? How does people feel about it at this point?
Snow says you seem a bit quiet, so would you mind turning your mic up a bit? And she also seemed a bit
I
quiet.
can't turn my microphone higher.
Okay.
It's just low by nature. I've max cranked every single crank that I can.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, Holler brought up a good point too. If there's different variables, this is what to look at, because Holly and I play a lot with very little lag, but for some reason the last tournament our teams had some problems.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so we should just try and keep an eye out for that to try and figure it out. 'Cause I don't know. I can't figure out what causes lag half the time in this.
Yeah, like Holly was saying, like go back to the 2 teams per lobby thing. The reason we did go over to that other thing was because then we could do more matches faster and not like spectate every single match, but you could have a tournament leader in the lobby to just oversee the matches and who won and stuff like that, because you can just go between the rooms and see the scores, so that we would get the earlier rounds just out of the way. And in case there were problems, they could like jump in and spectate a game and just see if it's laggy or whatever.
Yeah, well, maybe if they do have a problem, then instead of just spectating, they could jump in another lobby and do it then if we find an issue then.
Yeah, maybe. I just want to make the process as short as possible though, because
Yeah.
say, okay,
yeah.
it might be the lobby lagging, so we make a new lobby and they play a new match and it still lags, and you're like, okay, send us your connection speeds, and they send their speeds and everyone's fine. It's just like, okay, we didn't get anything out of that. Can you play again? It still lags, and you don't get anywhere with
Now
that.
what?
That's the
Yeah.
problem. There needs to be
Yeah.
a set thing to do.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it really depends on the conditions the connection is in. Could be that it's just, I don't know, for some reason someone's working on the street that day and it just lags. I don't know, some plumber just fucked up the cable, I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, when it comes to subs, that's also last tournament we did the 5-minute rule, but 5 minutes is very short. It is very short. But you can't put too much time on it either, because it just halts the whole tournament. So I'd say 10 to 15 minutes to just find somebody should be max, but I would kind
10
of recommend that
would be
people sign
max.
up with 4 to 5 players so that you can sub out people.
Yeah, you should be responsible for your own sub. Like, we can't constantly find a sub for you. Like, I know there's a lot of teams with subs on their own, but I can probably say 10 minutes max. I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. 20 minutes
Good day,
is
Mithya.
maybe too. Oh, hi, Mithya! My EU favorite
Yeah,
EU bards.
Okay, but like Holly says, like 20 minutes. Okay, so assume, or let's say you
The
have
data response is 10.
three rounds
so-
you have to go through, and both of the or all 3 of them a team needs to sub out because of lag. That's an hour in waiting.
20 minutes is too long.
It is
10 minutes is
Um,
too long.
It's too long. I'm sorry. Because if not just 20 minutes, you have to wait for your sub. But what if you lag and you do a lag test, right? That's like another possibly like minute or so. And then in the beginning of the match, you get like, I don't know, a DC. It adds up. So
Oh, thank you, Mithya.
it's just if you keep doing this, it's just gonna make the other team frustrated because like, oh, we waited 20 minutes and then now we keep having this
can
problem. So it's
actually
just
you can see this though, but I'll put these volumes a bit low. Who's too high? And I'll fix the volume. Give me some.
it's too high. Why are you hovering?
Because I'm turning you down.
Obviously, because I'm so loud. I didn't know
I
that.
don't know. Am I loud now? Am I?
No, you're not. You're actually
I know
quiet.
Marme is loud.
Am I quiet?
I need to turn her even more
Yeah.
down, actually. There we go.
Miss, can you turn me up a little? I think
So
you do.
she just told me it's Marme. That's a little loud.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I put her down now. It should be more comfortable now.
Okay, so I wanted to say something regarding the subs and regarding disconnects. Okay, so basically what you guys said about the subs or teams being responsible for it, I'm totally for that. It actually makes sense if teams actually want to come with 3, 4, 6, 10, 15 people, whatever. So if you know beforehand that from 15 people in your team, I don't know, 6 can play that evening, register all 6. That's fine. So, oh, I'm too loud. Wait, I can fix that.
No, I've already fixed it. Don't worry. I fix.
Okay. Okay, so basically, the whole thing is that you should have all 6 people in there, and then they say, okay, so for this match, these 3 will go in, and let's say that lags, for whatever reason, and then we would do some method that actually says, okay, the team with 6 is the one that's causing the lag. Okay, so now between all 3 of you, try to fix it out, swap people. I don't know, just swap some people. Don't go with the same lineup.
Yeah.
And if that works out afterwards, and they just replace one person, then we know exactly who's causing the lag, or at least they should know.
Mm.
And then we can just say, okay, that person doesn't play anymore for the rest of the tournament.
Pretty much.
Done. Yeah. And if a team comes in with 3 players, and if for some reason that team is the cause of the lag, well, sorry, you didn't register enough. I guess it's your problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to sound harsh.
just
I don't want to
point
sound
out-
like a jackass, but you get it.
Yeah, no, I just want to point out to Snow as well that yeah, we know that your situation last tournament was a shit show, and it was just so much stress at that moment, and it wasn't supposed to go down like that, and I'm sorry it did. That's just what I wanted to say about that, because yes, I know why Snow's team was pretty pissed last tournament, and I totally get why. But that's why we came up with this idea, because we kind of need to talk to everybody about these things and find common ground, just to just figure out the best ways to do stuff. And this way we also got it archived, so we can go back and actually this video will go up. So if I say something and I say something different tomorrow, then people can point me back to what I said today, and I can say, oh shit. I gotta keep my shit together. Yes, Holly, bad calls were made just because we didn't have this constructive way of dealing with things. We thought we had.
But that's why we're talking about it.
But then every time we're like, this should fix the problem, and then it's like, oh, it didn't fix the problem.
Yeah, I mean, if you have good connection, it should punish your team if it's smaller. Snow. But I mean, we as the tournament organizers can still find subs. It's best if you can have subs yourself. But if not, we can't help sometimes. So I guess that's what we're saying.
This is
we
how,
can do it all.
Yeah, this is how the sub list goes for our case. If someone comes to us and volunteers, hey, can I be a sub, then we can put them in sub list. But if, like, for example, a free agents team is can't play and they can't find their subs, all three of them will become part of the sub list. But that's not a guarantee what happens, so that doesn't mean that every tournament we 100% have subs for you. So if you can find a subs for like your team, that actually helps us a lot, and it also speeds up the process because you already know them and then they're already here. But we can't, like, the only subs that we have were based from free agents, and sometimes they're playing, but there'll be situations where they can't play, and so they're put to subs. That's how subs are made for us, but it's not
I think
all the time that we have them.
I think we can safely say that whatever solution we come up with, it will never be perfect.
Yeah.
That's just something we
Shinoda
and
has a
everyone have
point,
to accept. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be as good as it can get. And
I mean, here's the thing. I get it that my idea is not benefiting like small teams at all. I totally understand it. It's fine. You guys don't need to mention it 15 times, just by the way. So, I don't know, what you can do is be prepared for that in some eventuality. If that happens, I mean, you can still find someone, if you find someone quick, I guess. But, I mean, what else can you do? You can't play with two people, you can't play with a bot. That's an instant loss, right?
Basically.
yeah, I don't think bots are favorable, even though we can put on the crystal now.
True story.
Oh, yes. As Holly's saying, you don't allow sub for lag disputes, but how would that work out in a free agents tournament, though? That's a bit unfair for the rest.
How is not allowing subs for lag disputes a good thing? I mean,
Like,
you disqualify the whole team?
The only thing we want from subbing out people is to get rid of the lag. if the lag is gone, then
Basically, yeah.
I don't care who's in those teams. As long as it doesn't lag, it's fine. But I do think that if it lags and you kind of know which team to lean towards, or you have enough evidence to lean towards one team causing it, then say you have to sub out whoever you think has the weakest connection, and you can do one rematch. If it still lags, there's a high chance we have to DQ. Could that work?
Sorry, Miss, could you repeat?
Like, if a team has lag, okay, let's say we have reports, or we have a few reports on a team. Let's say this is not a team that usually lags, but sometimes they might lag. And they start a match, they lag, you know that the other team never causes lag, like they've never had a dispute, they've never had anything on them. Then it's pretty clear for us that the team that has had some should be the one we reach out to and like, hey, we have some kind of evidence that it's you causing this. You have the option to like switch out whoever on your team has the weakest connection and try again. If you're still lagging after that, then we have to DQ. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Actually, that was the whole thing. But you can't really, I don't know, drop out an entire team just because one person's lagging, right?
Yes, we snuck a few
Are
other
we-
songs in here that aren't Final Fantasy. Shh.
Yeah, I wish I could hear them. I keep muting the
Yeah, same here, 'cause I
screen I'm
can't
watching.
hear echoes.
Otherwise it's all doubled. So I can't hear the music unless I have the stream on. So I don't. I picked out
Yeah, I
all
have the
these
stream muted as well.
I can't hear them. I picked
Well,
out all
because,
the half the
it's
songs.
weird. It's delayed, right? You'll be
Yeah.
hearing yourself for 10 seconds after. But should we move on to the next topic?
I just want to make sure because this is pretty much the biggest topic I assume we have for the agenda.
It's the
today.
Yeah.
biggest, but it's
Mhm.
the hardest because it's mostly something that we can't control, obviously. And I know a lot of tournament and like in other communities like deal with it differently, but it's just very hard to deal with because trying to be fair
I'm
to
actually
everyone.
considering if we should have like another stream dedicated to this topic, and we just take whatever we have now, and then we just dedicate a whole stream to discussing the matter, because it's such a huge topic.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Seryu has like kind of said something that might be like for the subs, like instead of having a free agents when they sign up, it's just sub only. But I'm not sure if
I think it should depend kind of on how many, because if you get like 6 to 8 people on a free agent list, I don't think it's reasonable to say that 6 to 8 people are gonna need subbing.
Yeah.
Kind of. But
Oh, you
maybe,
never know.
You never know. It's always nice to be
But it's not like-
prepared.
But maybe say like now we have like for each third or each 3 people that signs up, then you have a team at least. Okay, it gets randomized, of course. But let's say if you have like 12 people, right, that signed up, you only give like teams to 9 of them. So the 3 others, even though they are 3, they're not a team yet until there's like 3 other guys. Because you have to be
okay.
one team
I get
behind
it.
because you need those 3 for subs or on a sub list.
Unless
if
you have
another one
Patreon
joins, you
priority,
then
but
have
like,
4 subs,
yeah.
I assume, but and up to 5, maybe.
I mean,
Not a bad idea.
Sarah, do you like the idea? I mean, that's not a bad idea. I think it's pretty good. Like, you can have both, I guess. But,
It kind of balances it out, maybe.
Well, honestly, last time 3 is not enough. Even
Yes,
with
I know,
last minute people.
So when Miss gave the example of 8 people, I'm like, oh, it kind of seems realistic. I don't know.
Okay, but like Holly's saying, like if they're on a sub list, they can just leave because they want to play. But what I'm thinking is we could always just check with them, like, are you available that day? Can we like PM you if we need a sub and you can be
I mean,
ready?
I thought that's what we do for every sub or every free agent. So we contact them first, showing them their team. If they respond, then yeah. But in the day of, they don't respond. That's when we start saying, okay. We tell the teams that actually are active. We say, listen, you can be a sub. You can still have a chance to play if there's a member that drops off. And then they'll be like, okay. And then they stand by. That's how it
Wait, actually-
usually goes.
Actually, a kind of idea for the top agent stuff. You could make it so that you only make free agents teams to like fill out to make it an even number of teams. Would that make sense?
Huh?
Because that it helps the brackets out, that you don't get so many buys and stuff. If you like, you want an even number of teams in the tournament, right? And not an odd number.
Yeah, but if people want to play, I don't want to exclude them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to exclude anyone from the tourney,
It's
saying like
very
no
true.
more free agent.
Very true.
I mean, I don't think buys or a bracket with a strange amount of people necessarily
It's not the worst.
that big of an issue.
Haven't free agents before been like first come first serve?
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Unless you have
Unless
it
you're a
is, unless
patron,
you
then
have
you have priority.
Patreon, you get priority. Yeah.
Well, but that depends. The tournament is limited, right? I mean, if you don't set a team limit, that means that you can have as many free agents as you want, as long as they make up teams of 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not completely against the idea to allow eliminated teams to become subs. Because I'm not sure. Is there? I can't think of a way to like take advantage of that to your own gaining kind of.
I mean, I remember.
I feel like there should be restrictions, like
Yeah.
if you are close to like the finals and you're saying, "Oh, I want to sub just so you can win," I feel like that's kind of sketchy.
No, but how about how about we allow people who have been eliminated to sub, but we pick who subs?
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
People
That can also be called. That could
Everybody's
be called out for
everybody's-
favoritism for that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
but
see,
we
Yeah.
can randomize it though.
Yeah, but
You can
say
just
that, but
give
people
them
will
a
be
number
like,
and roll it through an RNG generator.
I know, but like, I still think that people's response on that's gonna be like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the idea is okay based on free agents. Like, if a free agents team get eliminated and they still want to play and they can sub
Oh yeah,
in,
I have nothing
guess
against
so.
that. I want free agents to be.
And-
if they
Yeah,
lose
but
that,
like if
yeah,
it's a
definitely.
static team, yeah, and then like, yeah, I'm not sure about that, but
So
the
real
idea
quick,
can
But
work.
it's the same
only
though
for
as
free
a team
agents.
being able to sub out with their own team members. Like, it's not. It doesn't break the balance in that sense.
Can we actually just?
No,
sorry,
I just think
someone
the
wants
issue
to
is just that you're giving somebody like a second chance to win, so that might be called out for favoritism.
yeah, but so just real quick
That's
question:
why- that's why I kind of
are we
want
talking about
randomized.
subs in general?
No, but like,
Are we talking about subs in general, or subs if like for lag or whatever?
like where to get subs? Because having just people on the sideline not playing, hoping to get a chance to play, is sort of meh.
Yeah.
Just
Because
one
I'd
question,
rather
because
just
I
include everybody. Because yeah, but the other thing I did think about was that if you do have like a free agent sign up and you do have 2 people over, we do have the rule already that they will go on the sub list, and we have had those sub in before. But they are still
Yeah,
the
and we had that last. My
priorities.
team had that last turn.
I do think
Yeah.
if we
Yeah.
don't have a sub list at all, if there's nobody on standby for subbing, should we then allow eliminated players to sub out.
Okay, wait a second, guys. I think this is getting a little too far because I kind of have the feeling that if you got out of the tournament because you lost, I mean, allowing them back in sounds a little problematic. I mean, not only because of favoritism, but also because it's like, okay, you lost and you're gonna get another chance while someone else doesn't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to double check and see what exactly this was for too, because I think in the event they need this sub because of lag, that's not a terrible idea, but past that.
So the thing is, I was just thinking, I was thinking of like back in the day when I used to have online tournaments, we used to have a lag checker. And that used to be something like, okay, so you enter a lobby or you enter somewhere, and it normally says or states your ping. But normally we were connected to a server. So I was wondering if there was anything in the game that actually tells you that, and there's the connection.
Yeah, good point, Schneider. I guess at that point.
You have the bars.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going. Sorry.
As far as I
But
know,
the bars
doesn't really mean anything.
The bars are only pertaining to your connection to the other people.
Yeah.
So that would mean that, for example, let's say that I don't know, 6 people are going into a match. They can just go to the other menu and see who they have connection problems with. Take a screenshot of that, and then maybe that could be a deciding factor. Because that really depends on their internet connection. Like sometimes I've had green dots with you, Miz. I've had yellow dots before. I've had green dots with Marmay once and red dots. I mean, it really depends on the on the state of the current connection. So I guess that actually makes up for something. So imagine the 6 people send you screenshots. Just that, okay? Probably take a while. Probably it's the same blocker as, I don't know, sending speed tests, because people tend to take a while to do that. But at least then you can compare the connections of the dots and see the combinations. Maybe that's a good way to...
Like, for me, I feel like every time I'm in a lobby with EU people, it's either yellow or green bars, but as soon as I get in a lobby with NA people, it's just red.
But then I play fine with you, Miz.
Yes, that's the
And
thing.
a lot of
though, because
EU, which
I play fine
that's
with
the
people
thing.
That I have red connection.
Yeah.
It's just fine, and that's
Exactly.
why I'm not sure if those bars are accurate in that sense.
I mean,
No,
Okay, so
I
then-
never looked at them, like, maybe in the beginning, but then I was proven wrong. That obviously has nothing to do with, lag.
I feel like
Okay.
those dots are more like just for regions. Like they just show what regions you're in. How far away you are, I guess. I mean,
True, that's true, yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
you
was just wondering
you just
because...
have the proxy, and then you don't have lag.
Good luck doing that.
I'm just saying those dots aren't like associated with like connection strength.
Yeah, those dots don't mean anything, yeah. It's just, how far you are from the person, yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Because I remember...
You can't use.
I remember
this
you...
as a reliable source, I think.
Okay, because I remember they didn't mean anything. Could have been an update in the past months. I don't know. Okay. Now, okay, was just a random idea. Yeah, that's what I mean, Ollie. I thought that was the case, but yeah, the connection, the ping to other people.
Yeah, and red is probably over 50, no, over 33, and I assume red is over 100 ping.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing,
Okay.
because I do play with people that I'm red with, and there is no lag, there's no rollback, everything's fine.
Well, if it's just ping, then I mean, ping is essentially kind of latency, so that's what I mean.
You know, I would assume that's what causes the rollbacks and stuff. I know, or I've heard at least that choking your upload can cause rollbacks and stuff like that. And I think
Can it?
I think me and Gito tested that once in a lobby, and I think it gave some results, but That's a tricky thing though. If you can just choke your speeds and then submit the speed test that where you have good speeds, like there's no way for us to figure that out. There's no way to get proof for that kind of. I'm not sure if that. I would assume it does because I think NT is based on like an old school P2P system where like people used to like exploit that in I think it was Quake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we did do that, you know. Yeah, indeed.
Okay.
So that's
I
one
know
thing
this.
to consider because that's like people can be dicks and just do that to give themselves an advantage. Because as far as I know, if you choke your own upload, you won't. The player who chokes their upload won't really notice anything because they're still receiving info just fine. But everyone they're playing with will just miss their attacks.
Yeah. Actually, Barman just raised a good point. Maybe we could like just settle with what we had so far.
There's
Maybe.
nothing you can say about because it gets to the point where we can't really do anything about that because
There's no way to prove
can
it,
get
but
to the
then
next.
again, it's like you would assume that somebody's doing something like that because like everything looks fine, but something is wrong, and there's no way for us to see like mid-game if people just like throttle their internet or something. I think it's something to consider, but I want to give people the benefit of the doubt and just assume that they wouldn't do that in such a small community of players because there's not NT isn't like a very wide game at the moment, so doing stuff like that is just crushing the community pretty much. So I hope nobody does that.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah, I'm
should
pretty-
we move on
like,
to the
people
next
have-
topic?
Yeah, we probably should. But just to answer Harley, yeah, people have submitted their speed tests, so we can always go back and find them, I suppose. Yes, okay. We might have to come back on this topic on another stream though, because this seems to be a very lengthy thing to talk about. But yeah, next topic though was actually tournament balance, but we kind of were into that to like how many minutes before.
Yeah, tournament times. Yeah,
like
we
how many minutes do we give people to find subs, or how many minutes do we give them to get
that
the
we
thing
already discussed
when they're
that one.
matched?
Yeah.
We did. It kind of went into the same thing. We also sort of talked about what people want to do for fun. That was the event stuff. Oh, we actually don't have too much else to discuss other than announce that bracket resets will be the standard from now on, due to polls and general feedback. So just so everybody knows that, bracket reset is the thing that is how it will be from now on in the static team tournaments.
For double elimination.
Yes. Yes, you
We will
don't
put
do, you
a
don't do
reminder.
bracket reset in single elimination.
Well, I just because the next topic we're talking about is basically a format. Okay, you didn't let me finish my sentence. Okay, because
No, it's fine.
we seem to do like double elimination, or just thinking about if there's any other tournament format you wanted instead. But like, I think the format with round robin is gonna take us 10 times like more than double because you would have to fight everyone. So that would take a lot of time, especially depending on numbers. So I'm not sure about that one. But if there's other tournament formats that people would like us to try out, we can give it a shot. It doesn't have to be double elimination or single elimination all the time.
Yeah, because I know I get a bit tired with double eliminations because it's like
tired.
I know I lose like the first match and I'm just like, okay, I'm done.
Should we do quadruple elimination?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Oh goodness, please! I don't want to go through three. I don't want to go through 3 losers brackets.
Tournament will last for 30 hours. Get your Red Bulls and cheese.
World's
Cheetos
longest tournament.
You go to the losers bracket, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like-
it must feel bad to be the very last team to finish that.
Oh god.
I know a trendy thing I want to do is just like eliminating characters you've used, so you can't use like the same character twice. I feel like that could be fun.
That was an event idea we actually voiced out in the beginning of the stream.
It could be an event. I mean,
yeah,
this is more of an event, but it could also be like a for fun tourney.
yeah.
Yeah, but I was
But also
considering
talking about
since we
status
don't
stuff,
have
yeah.
we don't have like prizes to go by at the moment, like we have to just save up some funds before we can go back to that. Until then, I'd say events could like take over the, or this is just a suggestion, but like the RNG tournaments could go under the event section kinda, because that way we can make the static tournaments more. We can experiment a bit more there because I kind of had the suggestion that if we do prizes or when we do prizes, we have a qualifier round 1 week, and then we have like the tournament with prizes the next week, and only the teams that sort of qualified from that,
Yeah, I
like
remember
the
you
top 8
touched
teams
that
or
on
something,
the-
goes
yeah.
to that tournament where you get prizes.
The winner of the team that doesn't like provide prizes would have access to be invited to our next tournament that has it. So
Yes,
that
because
was
that
awesome.
way we can also
idea.
use that first tournament to sort of weed out the people with bad connections or stuff like that. If there are people like causing horrible lag and just making things unplayable for everyone, we don't want them in the grand finale tournament then. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what else do we want to do for fun? Do we want to like listen to chat for what they have for opinions?
I know Shinoda did mention about the international invitational tournament. Actually, we hosted that as the NA side for that one, so I kind of know how that one was run. That it was run by single elimination, and it was actually pretty quick because players were. This is how it's run in Japan, and when they run tournaments, they have it single eliminations, and you can't switch out a character once you clicked on them. You can't change. You can't change your comp. You can only change EX skills, and then you go.
That is actually one of the topics here, like just discussing the format
Yeah,
in
that's
general.
what they did. Yeah, they that's how they run it in Japan, their tournaments, and that's how we ran it in the international tournament that we were hosting, and it actually went by pretty quick. But the reason why it was we did double because we thought that maybe people wanted a chance to go back in it. But if single elimination in static is something that people don't mind, as like we can try it. I don't have anything against it. It seems like it's a very quick way and a very easy process. So that's an idea too.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, a round robin or Swiss sort of thing is a possibility as well.
Yeah,
Round robin,
Swiss
I
is kinda
feel like it works with
complicated.
smaller.
We
Yeah.
would-
Yeah.
Swiss is very complicated if you like. We would have to really sit down and learn that format, I suppose, because you have to like match people like based on how many points they have and stuff like that. But round robin could work, but that as well, if you have too many teams, that would take forever
Well,
to do in one.
yeah, I get. Well, maybe then we should decide it based on that. How many teams we have signed up, or how many teams we anticipate signing up. I guess.
Yeah. Like you could announce a round robin tournament and say, but we have to like, there's a max cap on this tournament.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Because
that
if
would
we
have
get
to
more
be
than
there.
that, it will just take forever.
Well,
Actually-
we could say this will be round robin unless we get more than X amount of teams, and then we'll do
That's
it
true. That too.
a double and then bracket thing or something.
Wait a second. By round robin, you mean everyone plays everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
That's how round robin works.
Ooh. No,
Yeah,
okay.
that's why that one's a real that format. It's only works with small like number of teams. Like I enjoy round robin too, like personally, but then I'm just like, that's gonna take a while. It will. It works. I know it works with only like if it works well if there's like small numbers of the team, then it's fine. Like
Actually-
I don't mind round robin.
Okay,
You
but
could do some.
I sort of just wanted to ask the chat, since they're talking about double elimination, single elimination, like, what is what is most preferably, that you have a quick tournament, or that you can play, you have double elimination, but it takes longer? Like, you think people are
But you have a
willing to
second
stay for
chance,
that?
yeah.
Like, I assume they are though, because most the tournaments we do have, people do stick around to the end. But
While the guys are typing on the chat, maybe I have something to chip in there.
yeah.
Okay, so imagine you
fine.
have 32 teams, let's say, just for the sake of exaggerating.
Okay, okay.
All right. So and then you say, okay, 32 teams. Let's just have I don't know, 5 rounds. And in those 5 rounds, you just pick. It's probably unfair, I don't know, but you just throw all teams into a random generator, and then you just put teams matching 2 by 2, so 1 versus 1. So you'd have 16 matches. So round 1, 16 matches.
Yeah, but that is
Every winner gets 1 point.
Isn't that kind of how Swiss works though? Because it is kind of random who you meet, but you meet players within
Round robin. Wow.
Yeah.
It is random who you play against, but it's also
Yes.
based on if the other team won last game or they lost last game, because I think only losers can play losers kinda, and winners can play winners.
Oh,
No,
is that, the one,
that's,
is that how Swiss works? I get those two mixed up, round robin and Swiss. Which one's
Yeah,
which?
but,
That's-
the only thing,
Yeah.
but remember though that I think the Swiss bracket is most suited for like card games and stuff like that, where you have like 50, 60 to 100 players. Because you have
Yeah.
a ton of players and everybody gets
Yes.
different
Yeah,
matches, right?
I'm used to those ones.
Yeah.
but the
in,
thing
in
is,
Decidia,
like,
when
the
you have like
thing-
8 to 10 teams, I'm not sure if Swiss would work.
Yeah, but the advantage of Swiss and round robin is you typically aren't waiting as much for your matches and you get to play more.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
people who just want to play in a tournament, that'd be
Yeah,
good
if,
for
you
them.
if you just want to play, then round robin is definitely the best, because you don't play 1 or 2 games and then you're out. You actually get to play every single match.
hmm
But I guess it's only a bit more anticlimactic because you don't have like the finale. It's just everybody plays everybody, and hey, you're the winner.
what I meant
well,
was
what
like,
you could do, and Holly's talking about this in the chat, is you can do one with two formats. You could have a round robin / Swiss thing where, but then whoever's on the top at the end goes. The people who are on the top at the end go into a mini bracket, so to speak, with the semifinals and finals.
Very complicated.
It's not as complicated
It's
as
not
it
as
sounds.
complicated,
I've been in some trading card game tournaments that do that, where they've got, all right, everyone plays 5 matches, and the ones at the top, depending on how many people there are, is how many you do for that.
that's
Then,
exactly what I was going to suggest, but I didn't
Yeah.
manage to finish. Thank you.
sorry.
But
then, yeah. Then whoever's on top, actually goes into. Everyone else gets cut and is, all right, you didn't win enough. Sorry, you're out. In the last, whatever people playing like a little tournament bracket.
Okay, that sounds more clear. I thought
Yeah.
you were talking about something else, but yeah.
No, that sounds pretty good. Exactly. Because then you could just say, out of 32 teams, let's say the top 8 pass, and then you have, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, quarterfinals.
Does the chat
Yeah,
have any input on this? How do you like the idea? Okay, we can continue to talk about other stuff. There's a bit of a delay for us and the stream.
I have some input. From some anonymous viewers telling me to do this championship style.
Okay.
What's
So-
that?
I'm sorry, what was it?
Okay. So for those who are over the pond, the way we play football in Europe, there's an European competition called Champions League, and you basically have like X teams where I don't know, let's say 32 again, and then you make 8 groups out of those 32 teams, and then you do, for example, 4 teams in each group, and then what you do is like each team plays each other at least once, and then that's like a point system, and then out of those groups, 2 teams go up, and then you start a bracket, a single elimination bracket actually. So it's another way of selecting. Out of 32, you select 16, and then you do a normal bracket. So instead of just saying the top 8 teams that scored the best out of the matches that we were in, you just say the top 2 teams of each group go in.
Yeah.
So a mini
Is
group
that
phase.
something you could do in like one evening, or would that be like a prolonged thing?
Yeah.
Actually, you can. Of course, you have to cap the amount of teams, obviously. But if you do that with
Again.
but if you do that with 16 teams, let's say, you could just organize 4 groups of 4, and then you assign 1 tournament organizer per group that supervises the matches. And basically then you just have like a point system. Let's say 1 victory is 2 points, and the teams with the most points in that group go to the bracket, and then you just put them all in a bracket, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm open to try new stuff. Just want to make sure that it sounds intriguing for everyone else too. But we also have to consider how much work is it? How many people do we need?
1 TO per group.
1 TO per group. Okay. And okay, let's say we did that format and we had say 10 teams. Just for reference.
Okay.
How would we do that?
So how could you do that? You could divide the teams into equal groups. That won't work because you cannot divide 10 into equal amount of groups unless you divide it by 2 or by 5, which would make sense. So you could just say, okay, let's put it like 3 groups. So 2 groups with 3 teams and 1 group with 4 teams. That makes up 10, right? And then you just say, okay, so you have 3 tournament organizers. And then you say, okay, out of these 10 teams, 4 will pass by. So 1 team, so basically if you have a group of 3, 1 team goes up. If you have a group of 4, 2 teams go up. So that means that in total 4 teams will pass, and then you have some semifinals. So 1 tournament organizer just oversees, okay, so Team A, B, C are in group 1, so Team A versus Team B, then Team B versus Team C, and then Team C versus Team A. And then out of the results of those 3 matches, you calculate some points, and then you see, okay, Team C is on top, let's say. Okay, so Team C goes to semifinals. And while that is happening, all the other groups are happening in parallel.
Okay. Yeah, I think it sounds interesting.
The more you can do in parallel, the better, because then you won't take that much time.
Oh, Glory had a similar thing going.
I've actually taken a look at what they got. It's actually pretty cool. You see, he posted in tournament community. I think
I saw that. Yeah.
FMC is hosting their own league or something. But it looks very interesting. Like I definitely want to see how that plays out. But it's they have like a lot of things prepared for it, so it's pretty cool. See.
Okay.
Their ideas, yeah. You need to check it out. Like the link is there. It's a very cool idea.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, okay. Yeah, she notices.
Yeah.
This is exactly what they've been going for. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I've heard. I was like, this all seems familiar, but I don't know where. And then when Gloria Shinoda said, "Oh, they're hosting a tournament," I was like, "Oh wait, that's the Reddit posted. I saw that they posted." Okay, sorry. I know I read a lot of stuff, so I was like, this is familiar. So yeah, if you want to check it out, they've actually are hosting a league in the community tournaments that has like similar to everything that we just said right now.
Okay. Yeah, I might
And
sign up.
yeah.
See how that works.
Yeah, you can go ahead, sign up for that, and give it a shot. It sounds very interesting. But yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, actually, you could do this in parallel with other things. Like, for example, I really not to collide, of course, because there's the U League going around, and that's actually a nice format, let's say. But you could have something kind of not similar, kind of similar but not the same. That's what I mean. So you could have something that's like recurring, and that counts up to a determined total, and then you could have like a special tournament. You could have multiple things going on the sidelines. Like with singular tournaments with group phases like these, it's not so bad.
You know, I want something going in the background, just like next to all the other tournaments. Like, I kind of wish we did have like a league system or something like that, just so people have like things to do constantly, and just have like just say which teams to play. Like, I like the whole EU League shtick they have now. It seems like a good setup. But then again, I don't want to copy someone straight off too. but it's
Mm.
I want to take good
I-
ideas and
I
try and
find
craft something
each
out of it.
community has like a unique way of running their own stuff, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, but it's
That's
like
cool.
I wouldn't say like if somebody else started doing double elimination, I wouldn't say like, oh, that's our thing.
Oh
Just be
no,
like,
yeah,
it's a tournament
yeah,
format.
totally not.
Like, it's pretty standard. It's
I
just a
get
way
you.
to distribute points.
Yeah.
And choose a winner.
Exactly, yeah. I get you.
Yeah. But then again, I also just don't want people to like fight over the same stuff. I like that the community does different things so that people can go different places and have an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the thing is, yeah. I mean, we have the U League, but the guys in the NA don't really have something similar, do they?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I think the only thing I know leagues that are going on is the EU, and I think now with Fat Metal Chocobo is also doing something like that. They're
You know
doing
what
a league idea.
You know what would be really, really dope would be if NA had something similar, and then at the end, the winner of both
You can
EU and
reverse.
NA.
I knew you were gonna say that. Oh,
Yes!
keep doing that. I already knew what you were gonna say.
Yeah, no, but it would be really cool actually, because then you could just have like some international thing where some teams qualified from their respective continents. I don't know, like in football.
I know EU versus NA, anything like that does hype people up. We are gonna have one soon in October, I think. Soon.
Oh.
So, yeah.
But that was more of a pure invitational, right? There's no qualifier for that.
But like we did have an idea for the tournament, like as you mentioned before, like we have like a qualifier tournament, like it plays like a regular static, and then if you like, I guess win. But I'm not sure how that would work in the format we are doing right now because there's like only like one winner. So is it like based on the last 5 tournaments or something? Like I don't know how that would work if you're gonna do something like that, Ms. Like you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, it's not a bad idea to like if yeah, because say Ryu's making the social bot kind of soon as far as I know. Don't expect it any moment though. Not sure when she'll get around to finish it.
Oh,
It can
that
wait.
bot.
But yeah, I think that bot is most suitable for like handing out points based on tournaments and stuff like that. Because I do think it would be kind of cool if you had like a point system based on just like how often you play tournaments, and then you could have invitationals based on who's active, and just have a tournament for all the active people and stuff like that.
Actually, that sounds a thing more like for Spirit Wars. That sounds like a thing for the event bot actually, to keep a track of tournaments, events, and all that.
It
And
does.
use, yeah. So I would.
We're gonna have a lot of event stuff going on. Ugh. Do you have an
Yeah.
ETA by the way on when we get the point system?
Whatever we want to talk about it. We have no plan yet.
Like I have time any day. Like I'm really hyped to get that going though, because if we can launch the event, then fun times can commence and we can be extremely experimental and just allow people to have fun in either team formats or in 1v1s and stuff like that. Like I'm really excited to try out the main battle thing. Not because like we all know 1v1s in this game isn't balanced, but then again this is just for fun.
They suck.
Just it kind of depends, but the idea there was just like which character ends up at the top when you just jumble a lot of characters together and there's only one of each. And if one character gets eliminated, they're eliminated. Yeah, parts. Well, it depends on parts he could face off against something that counters him.
That's true.
Yeah, but definitely we should get that going. I just want to be able to have a solid plan, because if I start throwing I don't know, lines of code for things that we're not going to use, that's
my
pointless.
head is full of plans.
Just want to be able to have a
My head
solid
is nothing
plan.
but plans, so if you want them, just say, hey, I have time, and I'll say, oh, nice.
Alrighty.
Because yeah, for now the point system should just be basic. Just have a point system and give us the ability to give people points, and they shouldn't
Yeah, for sure.
do anything with them for now. They can just go onto a leaderboard and see how many points people have.
Yep.
Right, like that's the basics. I think that's all we need to get it started, and then we can finesse it and add on it later.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome, because that way we can at least just start running the events and we can start giving people points and stuff like that, so that we can actually award them for joining, and then we can hopefully do more streams like this, and we can figure out what do they want as prizes, because our funds only go so far, so hopefully they don't want stuff that costs a lot of money. But I assume we can give them like different roles, or give them the ability to change their name color in Discord, or I don't know, something to just give them a bit swag, stand out, show that
Discord
they're an active
swag.
member. They're someone you can most likely contact to get some tips or whatever. Yes, we could backdate points, but
And if you try to get the color of an
I was just
admin, you
worried
get banned.
that if we like started launching the events and backdate points, it's just I didn't know how long until we had the bot, so at some point we could just lose fully control of everything, and it would just fall to shambles.
I mean, if there's a
if we have
log,
an ETA, we can do that. That's no problem. If we know that within
I
that
mean, if
time frame we have it set and ready.
yeah, I mean, setting points should be manual. So as long as there's a log of the tournaments and who won so far, like if we have that written somewhere, that should be an issue.
Oh, if you already
mean,
played in tournaments.
yeah.
For now, that's a bit hard, but
You-
the points we're talking about now, though, is only related to events. That's I'm not sure if we're gonna incorporate like the main tournaments into that point system, because that should have like a different thing. Maybe I think that's more on Serious Bot, maybe.
Honestly, don't
we had
expect anything from me just yet.
Yeah,
I'm a bit too
no. We're
busy.
not. Yeah. No, we're not expecting to. Just take your time with it. I think the event bot is what we need at the moment.
Yeah, don't worry. It's two separate bots, so don't worry about it. They're talking about the event one, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
I'm
Serious.
just not.
It's okay.
I'm just not sure if we're gonna use like the main tournament to give event points. Should we?
But the
No.
whole point of an event bot is supposed to be in charge for just events. So I feel like if we just follow that, then it should be easier. I feel like that's what I feel. I mean,
Yeah, and you can technically say that a tournament is an event, so that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Unless you don't agree.
They're not an event. They're the main event.
Yes, that's the point. Yes, exactly. There's still an event semantically. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think if we get that rolling, we can get a lot more stuff going. Like the achievements was just a start, because that's sort of under the
yes,
event
the
category.
achievement's just a start off. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just to give
There's
people
more
something
to it.
do in the meanwhile.
Yeah.
We planned out the rest, and we still have to add more achievements, update the achievements. I think Farian's need a little rework now that he had a rework. He's not as
I
good at
still
coding
think-
anymore. We need to rework a lot of them. Like a lot of the concepts are.
Well, and I
are
think
too hard to, like, prove.
I think when we make them, we need to consult someone who mains that character, because
Yes.
Yes.
I mean I've given suggestions that we have implemented updates for a lot of them, but even some of the ones I wouldn't know what to do better. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think my idea from the start was that if like people could like submit stuff in the video gallery, and you could just look at their video and be like, oh, that should be an achievement doing that, and then you could just give them the achievement and say, oh, what you did was awesome, so we made an achievement based on it.
Oh, I have an achievement idea. It is recently done. Like you
Oh,
know,
dear.
when you kill like a team 5 times.
Everybody's just gonna go into their backlog and, oh, I've had some awesome plays. I should make an achievement out of
Hey,
that.
I think I was like, that should be an achievement, right? Right? I can do more than I need to. But yeah, okay.
Saying it like
Do
those
event
achievements
earn you points? Yeah,
or
I
made
think
this way.
achievements should earn you event points. Like some at least. Like each achievement gives you like 10 or 20 points.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And
I think it depends on
you
the
can say, like,
achievement. The
if there's
achievements is
like
the
a,
same.
say you have like the 1v1 tournament with everybody picking their main and there's only one of each character, right? Say the person that wins
Oh, that's
that
good.
gets 100 points total, and everybody who joins gets like 20, and second place gets like 75, third gets like 50 points.
Fair.
But everybody who joins gets points. That's the thing, though.
But that's the whole point, right? That's why it's for fun.
Yeah.
That you still get something for joining, and that's the
We
whole
just
point.
have to
So
find
yeah,
out the
you will get
balance, though,
points
like,
for
how much
participating.
more should you get for winning?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's we can discuss that though. It's just for now. It's
Yeah.
just an
Mhm.
idea.
That's exactly what I wanted to know, because then you can just kind of automate that.
Oh yeah. But it has to be like a set thing, unless you have like a super event. It's 2 times the points this weekend. Get like login bonuses. You get 10 points for saying good morning.
Bonuses.
Oh no.
Buy the DLC next season.
But our DLC is the Patreon.
Nervicia DLC. Get an admin collar today. Available for
God,
24
no.
hours.
Depends.
Just a collar. Just a collar. Just a collar.
That?
No, Ms. Gomez. I mean,
I'm terribly sorry. The playlist stopped, so it was silent for a moment. Should be
That's all that matters.
noticed. Right? Is that why my whole like stream is just bugged out right now? It's all blurry. Everyone's freaking censored. Okay, sorry. All right, continue.
And that's
where
called
were we?
black.
We were talking about events. It kind of drifted to events, but like anything tournament-wise, I don't know. Like, I guess we can like, start experimenting on some formats, and each time we finish a tournament, it would be great if you guys give us feedback whether you like it or not. So it's something that we know to do it again in the future, or we shouldn't do it again.
As
Like,
far as I saw in the chat when we discussed the format, it does seem like double elimination is far more favorable than single elimination.
yes,
So
that
I'd say for
when
now we should just stick with that. I'm not sure if the music's too loud or too quiet. It might be too loud.
Let me listen.
where's my ace skip?
What I would do actually would be the next tournament. Probably is good if it's still double elimination. Go with the standard rule for now, and then the
No rush.
Yeah, exactly. The other one after that, try to do something exotic. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like we're not gonna cram too much. It's like we could have like a regular tournament, then maybe like 2 or like a tournament after that. We can try it, and then after that we come back to the regular, and I don't know, keep experimenting that way. See how people react to it.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. So I have a very important question. Who's noting things down?
Who's what?
Who's noting it down?
Who's what?
Who's taking notes?
Oh, well, we don't need to take notes. This is all. It's all on stream.
Recorded.
Go back and watch.
So who's gonna
Oh.
come back and watch this all?
So you want to watch
This is all recorded for our convenience.
This is all
Yes.
Voting
recorded.
for
That
now
was
to take all the
low-key
notes.
our reason.
I mean,
No,
if you
Marlon,
want to watch it
now
to
you're
our
lying,
stream, be
Marlon.
my guest.
We're doing this because we want feedback from everyone, and so that
Yeah, I'm
everyone can
joking.
I mean, you can always jump around to the points you want to listen to.
If you remember where you discussed.
Gotta put timestamps now. First
The
hour.
notes.
Lag
The
Do it
notes
problem.
are
based on comments, you know, and when someone
That's true,
comments,
actually.
you like
That's true.
rewind it to this time when they commented because we said something about this. That's what I do. Like,
That's true. That's true.
Correct. All right. No, just asking. I mean, it doesn't have to be strict for my guests.
yeah, it's okay. I have good memory. I got it.
It's time to. Just gonna switch up the stream a little bit.
Yeah, not everybody's a fan of 1-on-1s. I'm not a fan of 1v1s, but that's why they're kind of an event thing. Like it's a side. Like if people who are interested can, do it. And ooh, change.
Yes.
I feel like there'd have to be like special rules for 1v1s because like a Vanguard versus an Assassin is instantly the Vanguard's gonna win.
You
That's why
sure?
MT's. Oh, you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Specialist.
I mean, I have lost against assassins while playing Vanguards. Just depends on the player, really.
That's true.
Yeah, no, it's like the 1v1 tournaments is not based on balance at all. We're not assuming that's gonna be balanced. It's just for those that want to have some fun.
Oh yeah, marksman in a 1v1, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That's just a bad time.
If you want
I mean,
to
it's
do it,
horrible
you
for
can.
both sides, honestly. The marksman
Actually,
is just spamming, while the Vanguard or Assassin or Specialist in this case.
Just
Well,
chases
you
them.
better hope the marksman gets beat out early then, so that nobody else has to play them. So
Oh yeah.
that's just how it works. Balance be damned. If somebody wants to play marksman and have a bad time, let them play the marksman and have a bad time.
By the way, yeah,
Hopefully
Holy,
just
you
let the
go.
other guy
You stole a holy spam. You go. You stole a holy spam. I'll spam you with Pyro White World.
Well, I'll counter that with Emperor and I'll thorn your ass.
Oh
Or
my god.
with Bards, I'll just black mage you.
Yes.
Yeah, see,
Sorry.
there are the
This
counters,
is the
but
kind of banter we want. Just I'm gonna beat your ass with this. guy.
yeah. Yeah, but does holy negates 2 HPs at the same time?
No, I've thorned people who holies all many times. You
Target
somebody who
target
holies.
spawn target spawn attack should go through it.
Yeah, search
Actually-
any.
Like black mage, even a bravery one like black mage.
you guys are
Yeah.
forgetting the ultimate HP attack. You guys are forgetting Cherry Blossom. Come on, guys.
Cherry Blossom will actually work against holy.
I see you're taking the cheese stance here. I see.
I mean, Cherry Blossom.
I think
Cloud needs iframes when he's doing Cherry Blossom.
No, he
Klaus
doesn't.
needs
Oh
to
my
die
gosh.
on every fucking
What?
HP attack, man.
What? Why do you want more iframes on
You
that boy?
don't.
Stop it! Stop!
No more
Don't give
iframes
me
on Cloud.
any
Get
idea.
them iframes.
we all know the best HP attack is Enervate.
Guys, can
Yes,
you just give
yes,
Cloud like
yes.
constant iframes no matter what he does? He's just
Oh my
iframe.
god.
Okay. Can't hit him at all. Just to balance him a little bit, you know.
Triple Break is the best HP attack, hands down.
Anywho,
Done.
going a bit off topic. Let's see.
Squall's Ultima!
It's gone. It's gone.
Black
what
Fang.
What is that? What is that?
I haven't tried the new one yet. I need to test it out still.
It's fun. I like it.
The new one has a crazy
It's not
linger
good,
time,
but I like
honestly. Lingers for
You never
4
know.
seconds.
Will these 23 people that are watching the stream, one of them might be a Square Enix engineer.
Yeah, even though I'm sure 7 of them are the ones in this conversation. The ones in this chat.
That's a good thing. Now the next update, Cloud's gonna get iframes. Guys, good
No, stop. Cloud doesn't need buffs.
I'm gonna laugh now. We're perfect.
But yeah,
Okay, so we have pretty much been through everything on the agenda now. So I suppose, is there anything the chat wants to talk about? Anything?
Any questions, comments, or concerns?
thank you. Yeah, that's a good.
Or anything we
Damn.
have talked about?
That was
you
our
want us
last
to bring it back
topic.
up that you didn't feel we
Yeah.
did?
What are your likes, dislikes, and hopes for the future?
That's really nice customer service. Well done.
Oh, why thank you.
Unlimited one for Noctis. Oh shit.
Unlimited
Work for days.
If you go into practice mode, you can do that. If you go into the EX
Oh, yeah.
mode, you can
That's
just walk
true.
forever.
That's true.
It's really fun.
I did
I mean,
that.
I class.
It's a good thing
Dude,
to do it on
That's
less
what
stress.
this game needs. If we're gonna talk about Square Enix listening in on this is what this game needs is more
No cooldown
crazy
mode.
modes like that. Yeah.
Dude,
No.
can
You
you
know,
imagine
like
Emperor
how-
just spamming,
like how
just
Smash Bros-
filling the map with starfalls?
Dude, it's like how Brawl Smash Bros has like that
No
that like
Cheeto. No Cheeto.
extra rules list so you can like change it to stock or change it to make everyone small, make it the low gravity. They need stuff like that.
Yeah,
No
next
cooldown on
update-
EX skills.
Yeah,
Next update, Emperor can have unlimited amount of balls out, by the way.
Oh, no.
I mean,
more special rules. I feel like more summon would be fun too.
Yeah, I'd actually.
I
Yes.
just find it
Hard
weird
mode.
that core battle is not implemented in online. It's just offline.
It
People
needs to
forget about
be.
it.
It needs to be. It's fun.
Core
It's
battle's
fun.
I feel
only
like-
purpose is
Hey,
to farm
speaking
guild
of which-
XP.
Change
Speaking of-
I feel like,
time minutes for
speaking
Cloud.
of which-
yeah.
Should we have?
Summon
should we
battle
have
should
a
also be
core
like online co-op as well.
Yes, it should.
Just like bump up the summon's health a lot because you're fighting with actual people instead of bots.
Yeah,
I
but
just
speaking
wish-
of, yeah, Holly, that's what I was gonna say, Holly. We need more core
I know.
battle
I was,
tournaments.
I was thinking
Say
that
that.
too.
I was trying to say that, but Sigma was talking.
I'm sorry, I'm talking.
It's okay. It's okay.
Just imagine
But
what
definitely,
we
we
could
should
do
do.
if
We
this
should do
game
another
had,
core
like,
battle tourney.
if you could like customize your lobby and like choose like how much crystal do you need to hit to summon or like everything. If you could just customize your stocks.
Well,
So
Holly,
you mean-
since they changed Ultima, it's not really a problem anymore.
So you mean like Duodecim, like where you could just customize everything?
Oh, that was a
I never
headache.
played
That
the
was
PSP.
Nah,
I
I-
didn't have the PSP.
that was crazy because there's characters that are crazy OP because of the items they have, and getting the items is so hard.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why I
I'm-
was kind of
I'm
glad
all
that
for
NT didn't
not
have it.
having like items that gives
Yeah,
stats and stuff
yeah,
like
that's-
that. No, not for multiplayer
That's
games.
like-
No, I don't mean
Not
that
for competitive.
customization. I mean the customization for the map. You know, the map also had a customization for me.
Oh yeah, no, that would
Hey guys,
Tamper with that?
since Square Enix is listening to this, maybe we could suggest servers.
Yes, servers.
Oh,
Servers, please.
Actually, that was kind of part of our like lag issue, so like that would fix it a lot too. So please,
Yeah,
that would be
please.
nice.
Yeah, hey, swear, look at how much of the
Ask
stream was
for
devoted to
more
problems you
funds
caused.
to give us a server.
Please, Queenix.
Please squeeze Nix. Oh god.
That's Queenix.
Who said that? Oh my gosh.
Please help us, Squeenix.
Yes.
Wait, I got one better. Help me, Squeenix. You're my only hope.
Please
You
say
could make
like
that
you
another
couldn't say
achievement
there.
actually. Lag for the entire game and win it and call it Squeenix.
Please don't.
Alright, but
It's gonna be an
there's
achievement.
Sorry.
no concerns from the chat for today.
No questions?
Is there
No.
have we said something that you disagree with? Is there anything we need to clarify?
Jada doesn't want servers.
No, he
Yes.
Cheeto.
Remix.
Rena?
More like remix.
Oh,
Nick.
that was a bad joke.
You should want us to press the square button at least.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Giphy. Really.
Oh, but like I don't
God
have
damn
squares HP rip.
Yeah, joke's on you.
Yeah,
I'm
me-
at
me
my
and
HP
Ken are,
attack
like,
to circle.
weird- Yeah. He has the same controls as
It
me.
will take too long. Okay, but is it? Should we do another stream sometime where we like just discuss?
I feel like this. Yeah, I mean,
where we
seems
just like discuss, especially like the tournament, the general rule of
Mm.
this thing, because I think for now we can go back and listen to what we discussed today, and think a bit more on it. But then again, like, I don't think any solution we come up with in the end will be perfect, but I just want it to be as good as it can be.
Mhm.
Oh, Gito has
Yeah.
Gito has a thing. Shoot. Idea for the server. Okay. I wish I could fix the volume on my mic, but I'd have to buy a new microphone, I think.
He's actually pretty loud in my mic, so.
This is fine for me. I don't know what everyone else's problem is.
The problem is just with the stream, honestly. I think it's with OBS. He sounds just fine in our call, but on the stream he's like actually really quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you miss. Everybody else sounds fine, but then when you listen to the stream, everybody sounds different. And you're very quiet, Miz.
That should make sense though. It's recording me at the same rate
Advertise
as it's
teams
recording
looking
you.
for players. Guess.
She's complete. I need to hear. Advertise teams looking for players. I mean,
So
that is what they're looking for. Isn't that we have a page or a channel for that? Should we just
We
do
have the
more to
recruit
talk about it?
channel.
I guess.
I mean, it's
people
just
use it.
really. Very rarely.
Yeah, but we have channels provided. It depends if people want to use it or not.
Yeah, that's what I
There's
feel
not
like most
much
people
I
like
can do.
have
Yeah.
teams
It's-
already or something. Not
Mm.
advertised teams though. Like we do send people to that channel if they like show up and say they're looking for a team.
But
where
yeah,
we
that's
tell them
that's if
it's a good
they-
idea to leave a player profile and to leave a note in recruitment so that if somebody's looking for players, they could go in there, right? But I just think I'm just not sure if there are that many people out there looking for teams.
Yes. Yeah.
Actually,
Or if they're just not in our server, that's highly possible that they just don't know about us.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
there is one way you could address it. You could basically create a role that says looking for team or something, and as soon as someone says, "Oh, hey, I'm looking for a team. Can someone please tell me what teams are there?" You give them that role. then
Wait,
peop-
what kind of looking for team are you like?
Oh, like a role.
Like teammates,
yeah.
Like
or
a-
so you
are
can
you
just
looking
add-
for people to scrim with? Like, what kind
No,
of
like-
looking for?
It would
I
be
think
like a
all
lobby
these
role,
like an
kind of.
aesthetic-
It's just a way to ping people so that if somebody wants a team, they can tell us that, hey, I'm looking for a team, and we can give them a role called like looking for a team. So that if a team needs a member, they can just looking for a team and say that they have a team
Exactly.
going. And then
You
they
mean looking?
So imagine you're
Script?
no static teams. I think that's what
Static
Ollie
teams?
referred. I think so.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure which one he's referring to because like there's not a lot of people looking to form a team. Like I don't know. But I can understand if you're looking for people to practice to scrim with. That one I can understand people will be constantly looking for. But as far as I know, the members in our community they all have a team.
most at least.
Most, yeah, that's what I said. Most.
But I also feel that those that don't have a team aren't really vocal that they want a team.
Yeah.
That could
I mean,
also
we
be a
could just
thing.
like make someone could just make a periodic announcement that just people who want to join the teams can like go to the certain channel. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of obvious, isn't it? I feel at least. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we could just make a periodic announcement about it more. That would be helpful.
Yeah, we can take that into consideration. Figure out a better way to promote teams. But are you thinking, Holly, that like your team wants more people, but you have a hard time finding people? Or are you thinking from the perspective of the guy looking for a team having a hard time finding a team? Both. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to think on that. Just what's a good solution. How to do it without like trying to force people on each other's.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I will think about that. Hopefully everybody else will too.
Yeah.
Alright. That's a good point, it's noted.
Correct using ad everyone's. Yeah, we don't do that very often.
Yeah, we don't actually. We just use the lobby most of the time, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think we've been very lax on the everyone tag. Like, I think we should actually do that more often now. But I remember there was one tournament where they just forgot to add everyone. And it was like, shit, we saw it too late. It was like a couple of days before the tournament and we didn't think about it. I was like, we'll do it next time at least.
Hmm.
But that was just a silly hiccup. Yeah, no, we could potentially host, like, but yeah, I have thought about that before, like having a set lobby that we always host, so that everybody knows that there's a lobby going on at that time. But it's so dependent.
It's not a bad idea.
Like you need somebody to be there to make sure it happens. And then again, it's not guaranteed that you get enough people to play an actual lobby, and if that's the case, like, would you still just go on, play 1v2 or 2v2s or whatever? Would you make it into a more training session kind, or more like just training mechanics, timing dodges? I
Yeah.
think we could work with that, but we also need to figure out a good time to host that lobby, because we have to consider that NA people aren't available when EU people are, and EU people, etc., etc. Like, we would need to host multiple lobbies.
Yeah, that could be part of an issue too.
Yeah, it's mostly because we operate on a global basis and we try to include everyone. So if we're gonna do something like that, it makes sense that we have to do it for everyone. That we don't just have a lobby for NA people, or when it's fitting for them to do a lobby. Because then
Yeah.
people would feel excluded from that. Like, I don't want that. But
Yeah.
it's not impossible though. Like, I think most people have like a weekly schedule that's somewhat foreseeable. Like, you know that you have time, maybe like Thursday, for me, like at 8 p.m. I could host a lobby.
Hmm.
Because stuff usually don't happen that day. Like, you could do that. But then again, if I have to do something that day, then somebody would have to step in for me and make sure that lobby happens.
Yeah.
24/7 lobby? If we had people though.
That's the real question. Can we get that many people?
Like, I just feel like we could host lobbies and like announce lobbies and stuff like
Hobby lobbies.
Hobby lobbies. That's a nice name. The Nervicia hobby lobby.
No, we're not calling it that.
Oh yeah, but I'm not against the idea of having like official lobbies being hosted at set times.
Yeah.
And then again,
That's a good
like,
idea.
if you don't have time that day, nobody can step in. You will kind of have to announce that the lobby is postponed or cancelled this week or whatever.
Hmm.
And then people can just make their own if they want. But yeah, I'm down for that. Anybody else have any input on that? I think everybody fell asleep to the P5 music.
No, I'm still here. I mean, I just don't have much to say because I'm just still so new, so I don't really have that much input.
Oh no, just any thought, pretty much. Like, do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it could be problematic? Do you think just anything, pretty much? Any input is good. Like, would you play weekly lobbies if you knew that Thursday, 5 p.m. your time, there was a lobby going every week? Would you like set aside time to like, I want to play lobby that day, so that's my plan?
I would totally.
Yeah, we could try that. Like, announced lobbies.
I mean, you could do that, like, for example, every Friday at 9 p.m. or something, or some random time, and just set it up, and people will just show up.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
just say someone will be there. There will
I
be
know,
people to play.
I know
Show
like
up.
9 to 10 p.m. my time is usually a good time for NA too, because they're usually like playing it around that time for me. But then again, then I can only play for like 1 to 2 hours before I actually have to get to bed and get ready for work.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. But then again, if I get 2 hours of lobby in a day, then I'm pretty much happy. I don't have
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
really have
that's
much
fine.
time to play more. So yeah, no, I'm cool with that. But then the big question is, should it be shuffle teams? Lobby?
You can mix it up.
What's the rules of the lobby?
So yeah, actually, you can mix it up. You could, for example, say put like a bunch of rules on RNG, and who knows, you'll have a shuffle core battle.
Yeah.
lobby or something like that.
Shuffle core battle lobby. It's exactly what I want.
I mean, it's RNG. I don't know. Or you could just set up a format like, I don't know, every month there's like 4 weeks or 5, and you could just say week 1 is always shuffle standard. Week 2 is non-shuffle standard, etc., etc. And then you see what's more popular. And that's it.
More RNGs. Yeah. Yeah. We should do more RNG too. I think. Definitely a good idea.
Miz, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm sorry.
What?
I just had to.
Nice. You pulled it up, huh?
That is great, man.
I had to look at that for like half an hour. So
I think Marmay is complaining that it's not there. We should put it back.
change back, please.
Hang on, I'll just. There we go.
Yeah, Mama wants that.
I just fixed the background for everybody so that everything's cool.
I still just love the Sephiroth just running at us. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
Yes, I love the meme one.
Meme ones are the way to go every time.
Memes are dreams.
everything in this area would be so good if it would all just be memes. Let's make this
That's
city.
why we must work to make it so.
Yeah. Oh well. But should we say is meeting concluded?
Yes, sir.
Sounds like it.
Arm is upset, but yeah.
Let's
all's good.
have it for a little while more. But yeah, I think meeting is concluded at this point. We can try and do this again though too. I think we got a good general idea now. Like we had our
Indeed.
suggestions, people criticize it, and we can bend it. That's what we want. That's how we like it. All right.
Alright.
Well, I think I'll end it off for now then. I thank you all for joining us.
Alright.
Awesome of you too.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you for
Good
joining
luck.
us. Thank you for having us.
It's very helpful. This is very productive.